meeting to order, and let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Thank you very much. Everyone want to call the roll?
Chairman Jeffrey Zuckerman,
Yes, here.
Vice Chair Gertrude Gunter, Commissioners John Smith,
Here.
Andrew Sinney, Donald Walkup,
Present.
Eleanor Yancey. Thank you.
Okay, first thing I want to do is we're going to approve the minutes from July and August. They were in our packets, and we had a long time to look at those, so can I get a motion to approve those?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Carries. We approve the minutes of July and August. Now, before we get to anything else, I want to say a couple of things. First of all, the people up here, I really want you to grab the microphone tonight when you have something to say, okay? And make sure, I think that microphone, we're going to get a couple of people down there, and then maybe from Trudy and me on over this way. We'll use this for the four of us, okay? And the four of you can use that one. Because Gene over here said that we're not always heard when we don't talk into the microphone. I certainly can understand that. Now, I want to say this before we get going into the meeting, and I don't think this would be a long meeting, but I do want to say this. Those of you who haven't been to a couple of the last months of these, and many of the people out there have, I think there's been a market change in how these meetings are run and what goes on here. And I just hope that you feel welcome. And I hope you understand that the people up here, now is 6 of us, plus the director, of course, and the attorney, that we have no other agenda other than looking for what's needed and wanted in the Tuckahoe Housing Authority. That's it. We're not at cross purposes to anyone in the whole community. All we care about is getting good things done. That's it. So if you have something to say tonight, it should be in the flavor of, hey guys, how can you help us? How can we help each other? That's it. That's all we care about. And if you have something that you've wanted to say for weeks, then it's unfortunate that you didn't ask or say it before. Come into the office, call me. I've been giving out my personal card with my personal home phone number and my cell phone on it. You can call me anytime. Get your questions answered before these meetings. These are only once a month. Call us anytime. Let us get on it. When we hear about something, we try to jump on it if it's within our financial resources to do something about it. So that's it. I just want you all to know that that's all we care about. 3 of the members up here, 1, 2, 3. Now, 4 of the members either live in the 149 apartments here or live on the next block. So they're your representatives. We're all your representatives, but 3 of them actually live in the apartments. And Andrew used to live in those apartments. Now he lives on Jefferson. He's right here. So you shouldn't have to wait. It should all be good times. Really. Use us. Use us to make things good for your living conditions and quality of life. Okay. So what's next? If anybody wants to speak to us right now, you're welcome to come up, say something, ask us a question. Otherwise, there's going to be another opportunity later on to do that. Anybody? Oh, nice. Okay, let's move on. Irina, you next. Vouchers, checks. You going to do all that? I got to do that? Okay. What are we doing? We're going to approve the vouchers and checks? I get a motion to approve the vouchers and checks?
Motion.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, good. The accounts receivable report. And a motion to approve the accounts receivable report.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, financial statements for public housing and Section 8 are here. All in favor? A motion? Anybody second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the report on rent collection, which is included. Get a motion to approve that? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now, I just want to say this, and this is really to the commissioners as much as anyone here. If you feel that you don't get enough time to look through these things, then use the next month to look through these. You know what I'm saying? Use the next month to really get involved in all the checks and everything that's here if you haven't had enough time. And then you can always ask a question at that time. I get to sign every check and look at every bill as the month goes on. But you may have questions and comments, and you're welcome to do that. But it doesn't have to be tonight. You could ask that tomorrow, and as the weeks go on, and that would be fine, so that you feel comfortable.
We normally question anything that we feel needs.
All right, good. Just want anybody to feel uncomfortable.
We have one question here.
Yeah.
Me and Andy. This is on, these are invoices, numbers, dates, purposes. See this right here? MS Painting and Carpentry. $3,842 for garden poles, removal, and seals.
Okay, Irene, do you explain that one, please?
Is that the little chains that
Yeah,
we
we
had?
had the little chains and metal poles that were dipped,
Been there since the beginning of time.
that was set deeply in the concrete. So there was a tripping hazard. So we had to remove it, and they had to drill inside the concrete to take the poles out. So.
Just want to know where that 3842 went to. Thank you.
Okay. Good. All right. We have to do the election of officers. Who handles that, Mark?
Well, what you should do is, you open up for each position.
Okay.
You open up for nominations.
Okay.
Or you take nominations, then you go to close nominations, and then you put it up for a vote.
Good. So we need to re-elect, even though we had this a little while ago. This is a reorganization meeting. Our fiscal year actually starts October 1st and runs through the end of September. So we are now coming to the conclusion of our fiscal year. Okay. So we're going to elect a new chairman. Are there any nominations for chairman? Go ahead.
Nominate Jeff.
Okay. Are there any other nominations?
I would just take a first and second, move to close nominations.
Okay, I move to close nominations. Okay. All in favor of closing nominations?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
One nomination.
One person nominated. Thank you very much. Okay. Can we get a nomination? Anybody want to be nominated to be vice chair for the next year?
Nominate Trudy Gunther.
Nominate Trudy Gunther. Anyone else? All right. Got a motion to close the nominations?
Closed.
Second. All right. I guess we're good. Thank you very much. Okay. The executive, according to our bylaws, the executive director, which is Irina Madvivsky, she is also the secretary under our bylaws. So I guess we're confirming her tonight in that role.
That's part of your bylaws, is that the secretary.
Okay.
The executive director serves as the secretary.
Serves as secretary. So we're done with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good. Now there are approvals tonight. We just have a little business to go through, so bear with us here. There are approvals tonight for our accountant, a 2-year contract, our independent auditor, a 2-year contract, our architect, engineer, 2-year contract, and our attorneys for a 2-year contract. They are all here. Can we do all these at once? The 4 resolutions that are before us here?
If there are no questions, you can, I guess, put them all up and ask for approval. If
Okay.
there are any questions, you do them individually.
Good. Do any of the board members want to ask any questions about these 4 contracts that we're about to give out?
No comment.
Okay, good.
C.
So I think we'll handle all 4 at once, since there are no questions. Yeah. I'm going to ask for a motion to put these 4 resolutions before us. Any second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. all 4 of these contracts are given back to the same people that have had them, and we seem to be doing well right now with our attorney, our architect, our engineer, and the person who does the people that do our annual audits. Okay, we're going to designate the town report as the official newspaper of the Tuckahoe Housing Authority and J.P. Morgan Chase Bank as both the depository checking bank and the savings bank of the Tuckahoe Housing Authority. Do we need a motion for that? Yeah, we'll need a motion for that. Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, again, everyone out there, some people came late. We're trying to make this as friendly as we can. Yes, great idea. For those who came in late, Sue Yancey has now joined our board. She was elected by the residents as another member of the board. So we now have 6 out of, I guess we could be at 7 if we get our last person. And so right now we're at 6. And we welcome Sue. She's been on this board more years than I have, for sure, but she's back. And we just want to be as friendly as we can. We want you to know that we're just trying to make things good for your quality of life. End of story. That's why we're here. Okay, so let's have the secretary's report now.
Documents to and from HUD. ALOC's report, VMS submission report was successfully submitted. Activities on the VCA, the architect sent a letter to the Director of Fair Housing and advised him of completion of all the VCA requirements. I placed many phone calls and sent many emails asking them to come out and do the final inspections so we could close the VCA. I was promised that they will be here the first week of October, however, I'm not holding my breath on that. So. Grants and additional funds. Weatherization is in progress. I spoke to the director the other day. He said that they're going through the bids procedure now. And
Going for the what procedure? What was it?
Bids. And as soon as they're done, they pretty much will start here. THA is applying for the Safety and Security Competitive Grant in order to update lighting, fire escapes, and repair the Herbert Garden Park. I just submitted the application the other day. The fire department, the representatives from the tenants and our architect helped me to put together a packet. So the packet went out yesterday. So we will see what's going to happen. Finances, the CD account over 220,000, checking account, the last statement I received, which was after I printed the report, it was 338,000. So. REAC inspection, you all know that we had a HUD inspection recently, and we already received the score, and the score is very high, and we got 25 out of 30, which is really a good score. And to compare, in 2008 it was 9, in 2009 it was 19. So this score allows us to become not only standard performer, but hopefully a high performer. We'll see, it depends on the financial score as well. So,
Irina, let me interrupt. Could you explain to people here, people watching this at home eventually, a score of 25, what is that on? I mean, what are they looking for?
Well,
and another part of that question. And at one point we were a 9? 2 years ago we were a 9. Now we're at 25. So what are some of the things that have changed that brought it from a 9 to a 25? And who does this inspection? HUD?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Well, every year we are supposed to submit what is called PHAS, P-H-A-S, and it consists of several indicators, and one of them is physical inspection of the property. So when HUD comes out, they pretty much inspect everything. They don't inspect every unit, but they do random inspections of the unit, but they also check all the grounds, all the like a boiler room and all that, and everything goes into a report. There are certain scores that are given for each indicator, and for instance, for a physical indicator, the maximum score is 30. So if our financial score is pretty much in the same rate, like 25 or higher, which I hope we will have that, we have a very high very high possibility to become a high performer for this fiscal year, for 2010. However, we won't know until probably November, because after the year end, the accountant has to close the year, and it takes some time for him to do it. I do have a report in the office, so if anybody is interested to see the actual report, please call me and I will make a copy for you.
Irina, what are some of the things that would change from last year to this year? That you know.
Well, we eliminated peeling paint, which was a big issue. We repaired all the hallways, which was a big issue. We repaired the grounds, which was a big issue. The windows, everything, pretty much everything that we've done, all the improvements, they contributed to that higher score than we, in comparison that we had before.
And do you think that is because of the money that was returned to us from Juma?
Well, definitely Juma helped, but at the same time we were doing fine financially without Juma sale. But you know, the more the merrier, so we got more money, and of course it helped us to get more done.
Anything else? Anything else in the Secretary's report?
I have not finished yet, so.
Oh, go ahead.
Maintenance. THA has improved its garbage collection tremendously, and I have to say that Jeff took a big part in it, and also the two maintenance people, one of them is the employee, the other one is still a contractor. They're doing a very good job right now. So in several apartments we replaced the floors. Lighting was updated and repaired at 4 Union and at Sanford Garden. Lighting will be updated at Sanford Garden. We ordered the special kind of light that is not really bright but provides a lot of lighting in the area. So water leak was inspected by both United Water and our plumbers. So we are in the process of negotiating with the United Water, because this project is both our responsibility and the United Water. So hopefully it will be taken care of within a month or so. That's it. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you. From our attorney, any report tonight?
Just two quick things. You'll see on the new business there have been some minor amendment to the personnel policy, which you can discuss if you have any questions on that. Just an update, you have the non-payment proceedings. Just so the board is aware of what happens. Today I was in court along with regular non-payments with what are called order to show causes, which means sometimes in one case a tenant had broken a stipulation, we got a judgment. Another case, a tenant had defaulted, we got a judgment, and when we move to eviction, the tenant goes back to the court and is allowed, because they file a petition that the court signs, to go back into court and basically try another time to try to work out their non-payment. Again, I can assure the board we do try to work out when tenants have legitimate sources of funds. One was represented by a counsel, one was on their own. To try to work out something reasonable with a view towards getting this back rent paid up and, if possible, the tenant reinstated.
This was at Tuckahoe Village Court.
That's correct.
That's where you go.
Yeah, that's where we bring the non-payment. That's the court that has jurisdiction. And I really think that's what I have, unless there's any questions about anything.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for letting us know how that works. Unfinished business, I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't have any unfinished business. Okay? New business. Now we have our new budget for the fiscal year 2010-2011. That will begin October 1st and end next September 30th, 2011. And do I have any questions about this before we take a vote on it? We've had it for pretty much 2 months. We saw it at the end of July. We had a budget hearing in the end of August, and here we are at the end of September. So it's 60 days that we've had it to look at and discuss and kick around and hear from you. And seeing no further discussion, I'd like to call for a motion to approve the budget.
Before you do that,
Yes.
if we approve or disapprove, does this take in consideration the proposed raises that people are asking for?
This takes into account any raises that we've discussed, yes, and of course things can be amended as the year goes on. I mean, things can be amended. I saw how many amendments last year to our budget? Yes. What do we have? 3 amendments last year, 4 amendments. So things happen. We transfer money from one place to another, or something comes up and we have to use some reserve funds to do something. So yes. But yes, this does reflect any discussions we've had to this point. Okay?
Now, I'm talking about employees, from the executive director to all of them,
Right.
the ladies in there.
Mhm. Right.
Okay?
Okay? All right, can I get a motion to approve the budget?
Motion.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, budget's approved. Let's go on. Contract for an independent, well, we did these, didn't we?
The first one you already did, the budget you just did. The other 4, you had approved those resolutions.
Right.
You're done with those.
Okay, so it's just the personnel policy.
It's
Okay, the last one, let me explain to everyone what we're going to vote on. We've amended our personnel policy to say that if you're a new employee starting anytime after tonight, if we hire you as a new employee, your probationary period is going to be 1 year, not 6 months. We decided to make it longer so that we could take a good look at whoever it is that we hire, and so they won't have sort of a permanent job, so to speak, until we get a good look at them for a year, not 6 months. It's not that unusual in the world to have a year's probation, and decided to do that. So, any problem with that? Anybody have a discussion on that?
No.
All right, can I get a motion to approve this resolution? Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, great. It's your turn. Anybody out there want to bring anything up tonight? Yes.
We have a very big hole in our laundry room. When will that be fixed?
Okay, when did you know about the hole?
Oh, since they did a lot of fixing in the place. It's a big, it's attached to the garbage place.
Okay.
This is when they were installing the,
Yeah,
when they were installing that new generator.
yeah,
That's
that's
when
it.
you got the big hole.
That's it.
Gosh, that
I'd
was
like
2
to-
months ago.
Yeah, but I'd like to see that closed.
I
I'm not
understand.
fond of it.
We're going to look into that.
They should have done
Okay?
A little paint job there won't do so bad either in the laundry room.
Irina, you aware of this? You are.
No, I'm going to take care of it.
Okay. Here's the thing. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Okay? It's unfortunate nobody saw it 2 months ago, but if you saw it 2 months ago and you called me at home on my cell phone or you came into the office, we would have gotten on it even sooner than tonight. Okay? That's all I'm saying. All right? And it's easy to say, oh, somebody should have seen that. And maybe somebody should have, but let's say they didn't. Take my card, call me on my cell
If you see
phone.
that hole, then you're in trouble.
Okay.
So maybe nobody thought the job was finished.
Could be. Maybe people didn't think the job was finished. We're going to get on it, okay?
That's what I really.
Good. Well, that's very possible. And that would,
And I could agree.
a hole that big, I guess, if it's that big, and if that recent, you probably thought somebody was coming back.
That's what we.
Totally fine.
Yeah,
But I
that's
just
what
want to make it available to you to call me. Not after midnight. Don't call me after midnight, okay?
That's what I'm
Or my
talking
wife
about.
will kill you. All right. Good point. We made a note of that. We'll put it on our board that we keep inside. We
And
got
then,
things,
put a little paint on it too.
little paint on it. Gotcha.
It looks a little.
We have a hole. The water is coming up out the ground right behind 31.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
That's the one we discussed tonight. So let me just
Okay.
bring this up again.
All right, I wasn't
There's
here.
water that's been coming up, according to one resident, for a year or 2 years. I don't know. It's a long time. So It's going to be an expensive job to fix, okay? We're trying to get United Water to take responsibility for it. They say it's not us. There's never been anything in the history of Westchester County where water was leaking that United Water said, oh, that's our problem. Okay? So they first come and say it's not their problem. Now we're going to look into it further. We're going to find out whose problem it really is, and we're going to do whatever we can. You remember how long on Midland Avenue up there, way up on Midland, not Midland Place, that was all blocked up. That was all a fight with United Water. It went on for what, 2 years? That's the way it works in this county. They're the only water company in the whole county. They have a monopoly, and they get to dictate a lot of things. So that's what was discussed earlier. We're going to work on it, and it could take a while to really resolve, but do we have tape around it?
It's getting bigger and bigger.
It's getting bigger. Okay.
It's getting bigger.
Is it marked off? Was there
It's
any?
marked off with the sticks and the
Right.
yellow, but it's
spreading.
spreading.
Yeah.
It's coming on.
Okay. We're going to look at. We're looking into it.
We don't want to sink.
And it smells.
Yeah, it does. It does smell.
It's
It does.
becoming stagnant.
Yeah.
But if nobody's problem with you, when you check your water bill, you'll see what's problem.
And it's right.
Possible to get.
It's gonna be, our water bill, because it's leaking, is gonna get bigger.
Okay.
Okay?
No question. We got to get down in there and do it. Okay. I guess.
No.
Well, it's been how long? How long would you say it's been?
Well, as I noticed, I looked at it as like 3 weeks, a month now.
Oh no, it's been much longer than that.
Well, see, I just I'll show you. I seen
Yeah.
this.
Just
Thank
starting
you.
to come
Because
up on
it's
top
going
of it.
bigger
That
and
was,
bigger.
it's pushed up to
Yes.
the top.
I saw it on Family Day,
Okay.
and then it was pointed out to me that it had been there a while, a long time. So it's a priority. We're going to do it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
United Water's charging more money.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of curiosity,
Yes.
they offer insurance for such things.
They do, yeah.
United Water does for residential.
For residential, I know. I don't know, Irina. Would you look
What's
into
in our
that?
insurance policy?
Yeah, I was going to
Maybe something ours.
our insurance carrier and see if they could cover that.
Something.
Okay.
But before I call them, I want to make sure it's really us. It's not the United
I
Water.
understand.
Maybe-
You see, the homeowners in Tuckahoe, maybe today, I got mine today, and maybe Donald's talking about the same thing. United Water writes to every homeowner in Tuckahoe and says, you know, our responsibility ends at the street. And then there's this problem area between the street and your house. And they scare you and they say, God forbid a pipe breaks between the street and your house. It's going to cost you $2 million, whatever, to fix that. So here's some insurance that we will sell you. So every year I get it, and every year I wonder if I should take the insurance. Every year I throw it in the garbage. I don't know, maybe this is the year I'll take it. Andrew took it. You take it, Donald? Oh my God, all the commissioners take it except me. I'm just living dangerously. I'm living, what am I going to do?
United Water went up. You see the bills? The bills are double.
Yeah,
You check your bill?
and
My
there's,
bill was double.
and there's nothing anybody can do
You
about
got a
it.
leak here for 3, 4, 5 months and nobody knows who it is. It's not your problem, but I would check my water bill. If I knew
You
the
should
issue.
collect the water and sell
I
it.
mean, somebody gotta be
Okay.
paying for it. United Water's not paying for it, you gotta be paying for it.
Okay, let's, anybody else? 2 good questions. That was a good question. We're going to jump on that. And that one, we're going to jump on as fast as we can.
We should probably go back and see how much the water increased over a period of time.
I would check the bill.
We need
I
to
mean,
go
if
back,
it was-
you know what I'm
how
saying,
much
because
more we're
how much
paying
more
now.
we're paying now with
We're
the
If it was our
noticing.
personal bill,
We're definitely paying more.
Okay.
Because it's being
But
wasted.
we don't know. We don't,
It's being
So,
wasted.
we don't
that'll
know,
give us
okay?
an idea. of-
So when do you want to come in the office and check the bills, you guys?
I am-
No, we got to have somebody check them.
Tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. Irene, we get the water bills and
I mean, the rates went up.
these guys want
The
to,
bills, United Water went up already.
I know, those are rates.
Company, I don't know what United Water. It's the only company around, so everybody gets the same bill.
Exactly.
Right.
So she has to.
You had to see the bill difference. My bill was
You check the bill from
And
3
it-
months
and it's-
ago.
Water's running like
3 months ago
like-
compared to
And his
what
budget-
right now, I bet you it's.
By the way, our budget calls for a tremendous increase in United Water. They're before the Public Service Commission or whoever they're before, trying to get a how much increase this year? 20% or 40% or some huge increase.
Mine was double this year.
Yeah, they are just brutal.
Because they're in the monopoly, that's why.
That's right.
And they're
All right. Anybody else want to ask us anything? Tell us anything? Is really that's it? Well, we appreciate a nice, calm meeting, and we will see you. What day? When's the next meeting? Who's got the date? Third Tuesday. We've got it down the third Tuesday of every month this whole year. So we hope you come and join us. Okay? Bye, everyone. Take care. Good night. Get a motion to adjourn here? All right. We're adjourned.